Raptors absolutely obliterated, 128 to 112, 16-point loss. It actually doesn't quite do the game justice because it was even worse than this suggests, and more alarming traits associated with this team and with the coach. And they need to be addressed, or more games like this are certainly going to follow. Let's get into our post-game show. Raptors lose this one 128 to 112, and it was ugly. It was ugly from start to finish. Well, actually, not from the start. The Raptors started this one up 8-2, and then a 17-0 run for the Bucks completely turned the game on its head, and they never looked back. By the way, guys, reminder, we do content like this for every single Raptors game, so please make sure you are subscribed to the channel to show your support to the Amateur Hour Army, and drop a like as well if you find yourself enjoying along the way. Absolutely smash that like button. So, my biggest beef with that 0-17 run that the Bucks went on in the first quarter that, again, just completely changed the game and ruined the game for the Raptors. My beef was that it took the Raptors until that point, until the 0-17 run. That was the first time they ran a play for Pascal Siakam in this game. What happened? Well, he got doubled. He kicked out to Malachi Flynn for a wide open three. Malachi Flynn missed. But the next play, we ran another play for Pascal Siakam. He gave him an ISO. He slashed to the rim. What happened? Siakam scored. So, Siakam, when he has the ball, last game we saw it, 39 points. Only game this season where he's had the ball consistently and not done well is the Spurs game, where he was 2 of 12 or something around there. It was horrible in that game. But consistently, when the ball is in Siakam's hands, good things happen. And consistently, when the ball is in Scottie Barnes' hands on the inside, good things happen. Scottie Barnes was outstanding in the fourth quarter. Again, another bump in the fourth quarter, but he was actually getting inside, he was slashing, and he was him and Jakob Poeltl, the two-man game, was exceptional. They worked so well together in the fourth quarter, and it got us back into this game. It got us right back into this game. When we were down 14 with 6:50 to go, a doable comeback, especially for the team that's done it twice already this season. But for some reason, 6:52 to go, down 14. You cut the 32-point lead down to 14. Siakam doesn't come back in. Siakam doesn't even play in the fourth quarter here. And you might say, guard time, at 14 points with 7 minutes left. That is doable. That is more than doable. By the way, shout out to Nathan Kelly in the chat for dropping in the super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support over there. But 14 points is doable. Reasonably doable for Pascal Siakam to achieve, for this team to achieve. Why not have your best player on the floor? So it really feels like Darko is fighting off Siakam's usage, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So where I have issues with the coaching, and I've said it so many times, keep in mind, the biggest problem with this team right now is very obviously the roster construction. Another game where the Raptors shoot piss from three, 9 of 33 from three, 27.3%. Malik Beasley on the other side at 8 threes on his own. That's one man. The Bucks shoot 51.3% from three. So the 3-point shooting immediately, you're not going to be able to keep up with. And it's another game. It's a third game in a row where a team battens down the hatches, and Brook Lopez is the rim protector. So there's no space to go on the inside for most of the players in this team. Barnes and Siakam found a way where they could, but there's nowhere for these guys to go. There's nowhere for these guys to attack. Spacing is the most important part of an NBA offense, and we just don't have it. And I don't want to hear, you see the Bucks, whatever. I don't want to hear about OG being out. Giannis did not play tonight. So, if you want to talk about OG, yes, the Raptors' point of attack defense is horrendous without OG, and was once again on display. Raptors' horrendous point of attack defense without OG, because Dame had everything you wanted in the first half. But they didn't have Giannis, right? So at some point, we have to figure out as well how to get by that finger injury that OG has. So the offense, Siakam struggling to get reps is incredibly frustrating. But Darko has a specific way he wants this team to play. But at some point, a good coach needs to recognize how he wants to play versus how the team should play. And clearly how the team should play is a little bit more isocentric. Not every time, but a little bit sprinkled in. A little bit of Siakam isolation sprinkled in. A little bit of Barnes isolation sprinkled in. A little bit of Siakam posted. A little bit of Barnes posted sprinkled in. Because right now, like, we have this 0.5 offense where, yeah, the ball's moving on the outside, but there really is no off-ball movement. There really is no action. There really is no cutters. And for the third straight game, the first half puts us completely out of reach. Like, we were just completely out of reach. Now, somehow against the Wizards, we still come back and win the game despite being down 19.5, and at 20, you're down 23 in that game. But I said, like, you're susceptible to these games. You're susceptible to going down. You're susceptible to these bad offensive stretches. And you're not going to be doing it against the Spurs and Wizards every time. You're going to be against good teams like the Bucks, the Celtics, or the Sixers, who will completely blow you away. And that's what happened here. And even in the Wizards and Spurs games, you're just not going to be able to win each time like that. So every game now, how many games is this? Like, the Dallas one was such an anomaly because Darko actually used Siakam in his game plan. From the very first play, it was apparent the game plan was get the ball to Siakam in the post. And we cooked the Dallas Mavericks like that because they had no good matchup. Well, guess what? The Bucks tonight, no Giannis, had no good matchup for Siakam, and he takes 9 shots and doesn't even touch the floor in the fourth quarter, even when you're back in the game with 7 minutes to go. So we've played 11 games this season. 5 times the Raptors have been down by 20 or more points. I get you're 5 and 6, you've avoided disaster, but this is not like the way a good team would play. This is not a sustainable way for a good team to continue to play. But we're continuing to push this sort of offense, and it baffles me. It's mind-boggling the underutilization of Pascal Siakam on this team. I feel like every post-game show is the same that we do here because it's the same story. We don't have floor spacers. That's the biggest problem. But why are we playing like we do have floor spacers? Why are we not using Pascal Siakam? Like, Dennis Schroeder took 9 shots. It was 2 of 9, and he's driving and getting a ton of plays. It's like, let's give some of those to Siakam instead. Like, Schroeder isn't as super impressive on these drives. Siakam is literally built for this. This is what he does. Oh, that's frustrating. Let's go through the stats from the game, though. Raptors obviously don't shoot very well, but individually, let's see where guys lit up. Scottie Barnes was exceptional in the fourth quarter. Honestly, had a great game in general. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 11 of 19 shooting. Got the 3-ball going today as well. He was 3 for 3 from 3. Siakam can't shoot threes, but very good when he's on the inside. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in 29 minutes. Yeah, the turnovers are bad again, but there's a lot to like about the way the offense looks when Siakam is a focal point. Reads doubles very well, gets past players very well, and we're just not doing enough of it. Poeltl was great in the fourth quarter, as I mentioned. Schroeder, tough night. Grady Dick, 11 games of doing the right things and hustling is getting a little bit on my nerves. Yes, that's good, but also 1 of 6 from 3. Grady, we need you to hit more threes. Off the bench, McDaniels was plus 21. Now, here's why I'm upset about this. I watched the game. McDaniels did not play like a plus 21 player. McDaniels struggled in a lot of ways tonight. He has no way of affecting the offense. He actually hit a 3 in garbage time, which is great. He cannot impact the offense. He is not good enough on defense. He's okay to fit. He's not good on defense to make up for the fact that he has no offensive bag. And the fact that he goes plus 21 means he's just going to get more time on Friday against the Celtics, which, by the way, if we play anything like this, they'll beat us by 50. Achua, he's so goofy. I've had enough. I can't talk about Achua. Malachi Flynn. I got to talk about Malachi Flynn. 3 of 11, 0 of 8 for Malachi Flynn. Malachi Flynn has been getting a lot of praise recently for his play. Basically, like, Flynn is just doing the bare minimum in games, and that's enough for a team that just has no backup point guard. But, like, let's stop pumping the tires a little bit here. Malachi's good when he doesn't shoot. He just dribbles up the court, dictates tempo a bit. He's good at that. Passes off. Sometimes open for 3, sure. Defense has been better in the recent week. I'll give him that. But Malachi Flynn, we don't need 8 threes. 0 of 8 from 3. I like, he could be 3 of 8, and I would say the same thing. I don't need Malachi Flynn taking 8 fucking 3-pointers in an NBA game. I just don't. Like the 5 assists, look, he's playing better than he was. I get it. But let's halt it a little bit. He's just doing it. Just do the bare minimum. That's what we need. We don't need 8 threes. I'm so sorry. Team stats, we turned the ball over a lot. That's what I'm going to look for first. 14 turnovers. Okay, you know what? We had 12 at halftime to their 7. We cleaned it up. We cleaned it up a little bit. Offensive rebound, we had 26. Oh my God, we lost the turnover battle. By 1. We had 26 offensive rebounds. They had 9. We took 11 more shots than them. And people were complaining about the refs. We took 10 more free throws. We had 17 more offensive rebounds. Only 1 less turnover. And we lost by 16 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a very good night. Thank you so much for watching this one. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this Amateur channel if you do enjoy the content. I do something like this for every single Raptors game. Sorry for the connection issues in the last post-game show if you missed that one. Drop a like before you go. We're back at it again on Friday. The Raps are playing the Boston Celtics.